This is the SEO series, Things Not Strings, Volume 1. Any SEO strategy should entail the 4 pillars. Today, we're going to discuss the relevance or page content pillar for SEO. All search engine optimization, all searches, begins with a search query, or specifically a search string. You'll type something in to Google, and Google will give you a result page with a whole bunch of different organic results. Knowledge panel, news, videos, web pages, ads. You'll have all kinds of things. But how does Google know what to display on the page? How does Google know that one page or one entity on the web is more relevant than another? Well, Google's been working on that for a long time. Specifically, back in 2012, Google began telling us to think about things and not strings. But what exactly does that mean? What Google meant is they're trying to get a better understanding of the context of not only what people are searching for, but the context of the page that they are finding. They're not just simply looking for a keyword on the page, they're trying to understand the page in terms of entities. So let's take an example. If I say the word plant, what do I mean? What does the word plant mean? Am I referring to horticulture, like a house plant, a tree, a bush, my garden? Am I referring to a factory or a manufacturing plant? When I say the word plant, am I referring to a spy within an organization? You simply don't know. There's no context to that word. What if I say the word plant, and then I say the words Detroit, Michigan, and Ford Motor Company? Well, immediately you understand I'm referring to a manufacturing plant. And more specifically, you know I'm referring to an auto manufacturing plant. Why? Because I used other relevant words, words that gave context to the first word, or more importantly, the search word. So in the old days of SEO, if someone wanted to rank for a term, let's take dog photos as an example, you would just put the word dog photos on the page a whole bunch of times, and quite honestly, whoever had the word the most on the page would win. And then we got a little more sophisticated as SEOs, and we said we don't just want the word over and over again. We need to use synonyms and related terms for that word. What I'm suggesting is we need to develop a page's topical depth and breadth. We need to go deeper than this. We need to do what's called building a deeper level of semantic meaning. Just a fancy way of saying give your page more context. Understand the search intent of the searcher, and you can build your page around that much better. So most folks have seen ranking correlation studies. So here's an example from SEMrush, and what this shows, and it's nothing too surprising, that the more content that shows up on a page, the more likely a page is to rank. And so everyone began thinking that content on a page was magical, and that you just had to write as much as possible, and it would end up these huge pages. What I'm saying is that Google's gotten much more sophisticated than that lately. The reason why high content pages typically rank is they typically have all of these important related words and context on the page. But you don't need a lot of words to do this. You just need to know what the search intent is of the query, or more specifically what Google believes the search intent is of the query, and then match that entity, match those relationships on your page. So how do we do this? Well, we'll talk about that next week in Volume 2. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight into the concept of things and not strings. And next week, we're going to talk about how to start determining the terms, the other related terms you need to use on your pages. Thank you.